In match day 23, we had a wild finish to the Atlanta versus Toronto match. Atlanta United's Jamal sneaks in behind the goalkeeper, steals it, and wins the match on the last play of the match. What a finish that was. Wasn't the greatest game, because that's what we watched during the live stream, but a phenomenal finish, especially if you're an Atlanta fan. And also, I got to give a shout out to my boy Joseph Martinez, scoring a massive header, getting way up in the air, scoring his 108th goal, tying 8th place in MLS history with that 108th goal. What is match day 24 going to bring us here in the midweek? We'll find out soon enough. But for the nerdy soccer table, Cote solidifying himself as the number one spot there with 19 points in first place. And then Joey Betts coming in at second with 15 points. And then we have a three-way tie there for third between Sam, Matt's Picks, and Jerry. If you want to get involved, I think that there's still time that you can make it into that top 5 if you haven't started yet. The QR code is above there. Join the fun for the table. You can always check out the full table at the link in the description. See where you're at if you are not in that top 5. But let's jump into match day 24. To start us off, we have Columbus Crew versus Nashville SC there on Wednesday. Columbus Crew, 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Nashville, 2 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. The Crew, very good at home, 4 wins, 3 draws, and a loss. Nashville, 2 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses on the road. Nashville is coming off of a loss against Inter Miami at home at Geodis Park. And then Columbus Crew went on the road to the Revs and destroyed them 5-1. Columbus Crew, to me, they're one of the front runners to win MLS Cup. Can they do it? Can they go back-to-back? We will see. But for this match, the win probability is in favor of Columbus, and I think that Columbus have no problem beating Nashville there at home, and I think that they win this match 3-1 there at Lower.com Field. And next up, we have Charlotte versus Inter Miami. Currently, Charlotte are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Inter Miami, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Currently on a 3-match winning streak. And that's without Messi. They are looking really good right now, even without the superstars. If you're a Miami fan, you got to love that. Charlotte, though, 6 wins, 4 draws, and only 1 loss at home. Inter Miami, 7 wins, 2 draws, and a loss on the road. This is going to be a fantastic match, in my opinion. Yes, Charlotte lost on the road against Houston, which is not a very good loss, in my opinion. Inter Miami went to Geodis Park, and that has become a rivalry. They won 2-1. This one, the probability is in favor of Inter Miami because they are just scoring multiple goals there on the road. The expected goal is Inter Miami is 1.8, where Charlotte is 0.8. I don't think that happens here. I think with the way that Charlotte's playing at home, I think that they get away with a draw. Yes, I'm saying the home team gets away with a draw. Inter Miami just have looked that good, even without Messi, like I said before. And I think that this match ends in a 2-2 draw there at Bank of America Stadium. Now, that leads us into DC United versus FC Cincinnati. DC United currently 2 draws, 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Cincinnati, 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, coming off of a win on the road there in Dallas. DC, 3 wins, 3 draws, and 5 losses there at Audi Field. FC Cincinnati, 8 wins, a draw, and only 1 loss on the road. Cincinnati, again, one of the top teams in MLS right now. I think that those 3 teams, Columbus, Inter Miami, and Cincinnati, are solidifying themselves as the 3 best there in the Eastern Conference. The win probability is 82% in favor of Cincinnati to go on the road here. And I got to stick with that. The expected goal is Cincinnati is expected to score 3.2, where DC is just 0.9. I don't think that happens. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than that. But I think Cincinnati get the job done 2-1 over DC United. Moving on, we have NYCFC versus CF Montreal. NYCFC currently 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, finally breaking that 3-match losing streak. CF Montreal, 1 win, 3 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Good win there at home against the Philadelphia Union, 4-2. But NYCFC are just different this year, and I like to see that. They are currently 7 wins, a draw, and 3 losses there at home. Montreal, 2 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses on the road. The win probability, obviously, in favor of NYCFC because of how they are performing at home. The expected goals is 2.8 to 1.2, and I would say it's going to be close to that, but I think that it's going to be a low-scoring game here, and I think that NYCFC win this match 2-1 over Montreal. Now, a difficult game for me to predict because both teams are not in the greatest form. That's Toronto FC versus Orlando City. Currently, Toronto, 1 draw and 4 losses in their last 5 matches, currently on a 4-match losing streak. Orlando City, 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. Toronto, 5 wins, no draws, and 5 losses there at home. Orlando City, 3 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses on the road. I will say the win probability is in favor of Toronto, but I just don't see it. I don't see that happening. Both teams expected to score about 2 goals. I don't think that's going to happen either, but I do think that Orlando go on the road and get a point here, and I think that this match ends in a 1-1 draw there in Toronto. Next up, we have the New England Revs versus my Atlanta United. Currently, the Revs, 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches. Atlanta United, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches. Great win this past weekend. Revs have a terrible loss at home against the Columbus Crew. Atlanta will be without Almada. He's leaving, so I don't think that he will be playing in this match, which sucks because then we don't have that superstar for Atlanta. New England Revs, though, 3 wins, a draw, and 6 losses there at home. Atlanta, 2 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses on the road. It is showing that the win probability is in favor of Atlanta at 56%. I just don't see that happening. I want to say it's going to happen. I want Atlanta to win, but I'm trying to be realistic here. And maybe this is even overstepping, but I think Atlanta go on the road and get a point here, and I think this match ends in a 2-2 draw there at the Revs. So that leads us to 2 teams that are not looking good at all. That's Chicago Fire versus Philadelphia Union. Currently, the Fire are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, which isn't terrible. And then the Union, 1 draw and 4 losses, currently on a 4-match losing streak. The Fire at home, 3 wins, 2 draws, 5 losses. Philadelphia, 3 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses on the road. It's crazy to think that the season that they're having and they only have 2 losses on the road. The probability is heavily in favor of the Philadelphia Union at 74%. And I went back and forth on this game. Let's just put it that way. I went back and forth whenever I decided this one, and I think that Philadelphia are going to go on the road and get the job done. I know that they went to Montreal, lost 4-2. They got to start to turn it around somewhere and to go on the road, and even though that the Fire are maybe a little bit lesser of an opponent, or maybe just right there in line with Montreal, I think that the Union get the job done on the road and win this match 2-1 over the Fire. So next up, we have Minnesota United versus Vancouver Whitecaps. Minnesota have fallen off big time, in my opinion. 1 draw, 4 losses in their last 5 matches, currently on a 4-match losing streak. Vancouver, 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Minnesota, though, at home have only lost 2 matches. They're 4 wins, 4 draws, and the 2 losses, like I said. Vancouver, 4 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses on the road. This is a very close win probability for these 2 teams. Vancouver, it is in favor of them going on the road at 39%, but Minnesota is at 32%, and it's 29% there as a draw. The expected score is both around 1, and for some reason, I had to go more than this. It's 1-1 for expected goals for both teams, and I actually think that we're going to see 5 goals in this match. And I think that Vancouver go on the road and get the job done and win this match 3-2 over Minnesota United. And next up, we have St. Louis City against San Jose Earthquakes. St. Louis let me down over the weekend. They went up 2-0 quickly, and then they ended up losing 4-3 in their match over the weekend. Currently, they are 2 draws and 3 losses in their last 5 matches. where San Jose are 5 losses in their last 5 matches, which is very unfortunate for the Earthquakes. I don't know if they're going to make a coaching change or what, but they need to do something. St. Louis, though, 3 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses there at home. San Jose, 1 win, a draw, and 8 losses on the road. And of course, you would know that the win probability is in favor of St. Louis, even though they have struggled. Their expected goals is 1.7, and the Earthquakes is 1.6. I think that Earthquakes get a goal, but they don't win this game. St. Louis, you can't let me down. I've picked you 11 times this season. You've only won 3. You better win this one. You better win this one for me. I think that St. Louis win this match 3-1 over the Earthquakes. So next up, we have Real Salt Lake versus Houston Dynamo. Currently, Real Salt Lake, 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where the Dynamo are 2 wins and 3 draws in their last 5 matches. Real Salt Lake are coming off of a loss to the Galaxy at home, which we saw how good Real Salt Lake can be. Houston coming off of a victory over Charlotte there at home. Real Salt Lake, though, 6 wins, a draw, and 2 losses there at home. Houston, 4 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses on the road. The win probability in favor of Real Salt Lake at 51%. 25% goes to Houston, 24 there for a draw. The expected goals for Real Salt Lake is 1.6 to 1.1. For Houston, I think we see more than that. I think we see 6 goals in this match. Don't know why. It's just I feel like there's going to be a lot of goals. I know that Houston usually doesn't score that many goals, but it's going to be Real Salt Lake. I think Real Salt Lake win this match at home 4-2 over Houston Dynamo. So that leads us to our Thursday matches, and the first one to kick us off is FC Dallas versus Portland Timbers. FC Dallas currently 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Portland Timbers 3 wins, 2 draws in their last 5 matches, currently on a 7-match unbeaten streak and currently on a 3-match winning streak. Dallas at home, 5 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses. Portland Timbers, 3 wins, 3 draws, and 5 losses on the road. This is a pretty even matchup with the expected goals 1.5 to 1.6 for Portland. I think Portland get the job done. I think that they go on the road. They're looking very good right now. They're winning games. And I think that they win this match 2-0 over FC Dallas. For our second to last match there at the midweek, we have the Colorado Rapids versus Sporting Kansas City. Currently, the Rapids 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Sporting Kansas City 2 wins, 3 losses in their last 5 matches. The Rapids are looking pretty good at home with 5 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. Sporting Kansas City not so good on the road. 1 win, 2 draws, 7 losses. Win probability heavily favors Colorado, and I got to go with that probability. I think that Colorado get the job done at home and win this match 3-2 over Sporting Kansas City. And what way to finish off July 4th than LA Galaxy versus LAFC in El Tráfico. Currently, the Galaxy 4 wins and a loss in their last 5 matches, currently on a 4-match winning streak. LAFC 4 wins and a draw in their last 5 matches, and I think they're currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak. LA Galaxy 9 games unbeaten at home. They are 6 wins, 3 draws, and no losses there for the Galaxy at home. LAFC 3 wins, 2 draws, 4 losses on the road. The probability is in heavy favor of the Galaxy to win at home because they haven't lost and they're putting up goals at home. It's 51% leaning towards Galaxy, but we know how rivalries are. This could go any way, and I hate to say it because it's July 4th, El Tráfico, rivalry game. You want to see a winner, but I don't think we get one. I think LAFC go on the road and get a point. I think that this match ends in a 2-2 draw there in Los Angeles. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. Tell me down below in the comments what your predictions are for these midweek matches. And we will see you maybe for a watch along there on Wednesday.